readers, Darla and I are back to share another one of our favorite books with you. So it's been a while since we've been in school and we miss you so very much. And I thought about another way we could communicate, and that would be by writing letters. So the next book I want to share with you is Dear Mr. Blueberry. Dear Mr. Blueberry, I love whales very much, and I think I saw one in my pond today. Please send me some information on whales, as I think he might be hurt. Love, Emily. So Mr. Blueberry is Emily's teacher. They're communicating back and forth. Dear Emily, here are some details about whales. I don't think you'll find it was a whale you saw, because whales don't live in ponds, but in salt water. Yours sincerely, your teacher, Mr. Blueberry. As you can see, Emily's starting to write back already. Her little brother's over there making a mess. And notice that each time they write a letter, they're learning something new. Dear Mr. Blueberry, I am now putting salt into the pond every day before breakfast, and last night I saw my whale smile. I think he is feeling better. Do you think he might be lost? Love, Emily. So she's trying to make the water have salt in it because she knows that whales live in salt water now and not freshwater ponds. Dear Emily, please don't put any more salt in the pond. I'm sure your parents won't be pleased. I'm afraid there can't be a whale in your pond because whales don't get lost. They always know where they are in the oceans. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry. And she reads them every time he sends it. Dear Mr. Blueberry, tonight I am very happy because I saw my whale jump up and spurt lots of water. He looked blue. Does this mean he might be a blue whale? Love, Emily. P.S. What can I feed him with? So she's learned a lot about whales. She's learned that they live in salt water. She's learned that there's a type called a blue whale. Now she's inquisitive on what do whales eat. Dear Emily, blue whales are blue and they eat tiny shrimp-like creatures that live in the sea. However, I must tell you that a blue whale is much too big to live in your pond. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry. P.S. Perhaps it is a blue goldfish. So he's telling her about other types of fish, and with every response, he gives a reason of why. Dear Mr. Blueberry, last night I read your letter to my whale. Afterward, he let me stroke his head. It was very exciting. I secretly took him some crunched up cornflakes and breadcrumbs. This morning I looked in the pond and they were all gone. I think I shall call him Arthur. What do you think? Love, Emily. So she said she pet him and now she wants to name him Arthur. Now we all know that you can't really get close to whales in the ocean, not close enough to pet them unless you are a scuba diver. Dear Emily, I must point out to you quite forcibly now that in no way could a whale live in your pond. You may not know that whales are migratory, which means they travel great distances each day. I am sorry to disappoint you. Yours truly, Mr. Blueberry. So whales do migrate. They go from place to place and they travel all the time. They do not live in one part of the ocean like you and I live in our house every day. Dear Mr. Blueberry, tonight I'm a little sad. Arthur has gone. I think your letter made sense to him and he has decided to be migratory again. Love, Emily. So she's sad tonight because she hasn't seen her whale Arthur. She thinks he has moved on and migrated somewhere else, but at least she's learning her vocabulary and listening to Mr. Blueberry. Dear Emily, please don't be too sad. It really was impossible for a whale to live in your pond. Perhaps when you are older you would like to sail the ocean, studying and protecting whales. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry. So he's telling her that biology, which is a type of science, might be the best for her because that's where you learn a lot more about animals. Maybe she'll be a marine biologist and study marine animals, which are animals in the ocean. Dear Mr. Blueberry, it's been the happiest day. I went to the beach and you'll never guess, but I saw Arthur. I called to him and he smiled. I knew it was Arthur because he let me stroke his head. I gave him some of my sandwich. So she's sharing with her pal Arthur. And then we said goodbye. I shouted that I loved him very much, and I hope you don't mind. I said you loved him too. Love, Emily and Arthur. There's Arthur swimming away. So that's the end of their writing because Emily has gotten all of her questions answered about her pet whale Arthur. So in this time, if you haven't had a chance yet, maybe you could write a letter to a friend or a family member or even me, your teacher, and let us know what you're up to during this time. Some good news, some new news, any questions you might have. Writing is a good way to get ideas out and also to communicate with others. Everybody likes receiving a letter in the mail. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you again soon. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Bye.